What is seller finance and why is it so great? I'll explain seller finance and then I'm going to show you why it's so beneficial for the buyer and why it's beneficial to the seller. With a traditional loan, that means you're putting 20% down and you're getting a loan for 80% from the bank. But on the seller side, it means they're getting 100% of the entire purchase price in cash. So instead, imagine putting 20% down, but then you have an 80% loan that is seller carryback. Now look on the seller side. They're getting 20% cash from you, and the other 80% they're going to take in loan payments. That is seller carryback. Most times than not, you'll see what's called a balloon. A balloon is that both parties agree that the balance on the mortgage at that time will be paid in full. That can be 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever amount you want. All rates and terms are decided between the buyer and the seller. So let's look at another example. You could use an 80% loan from the bank and ask the seller to carry back 20%. On the seller side, that means they'll get 80% of the purchase price in cash, and the other 20% they'll take back in the form of payments on a loan from you. As well, both parties can agree to a balloon on the second note. The bank would be in what's called first position, and the seller would be what's called in second position. Okay, so what are the advantages specifically for the buyer, and what are they for the seller? Well, for the buyer, there's no credit check. Secondly, it's also not reported to the credit bureaus. One of the biggest advantages is there are no loan costs, no origination fees, and there's no expense for an appraisal. How about for the seller? Well, first and foremost, be the bank. Robert Kiyosaki has said that tons of time. Ultimate wealth is that you are the bank, and that income you're receiving is secured by first position lien on a property. There can be tax advantages depending on your situation. As the seller, you ultimately decide who you want to work with. You're the bank. Anytime a property is owned free and clear, I always look at the seller finance option as a possibility first. At the end of the day, I'd rather the buyer and seller win out instead of big bank institutions any day. This is Dave with Real Estate Scoops. Don't forget to like and follow.